Hello, welcome to Mindful Moments. I'm Chris Willard, your host. So we've talked a little bit about different contemplative practices that can ground us in the present and give us some more perspective, maybe give us some hope in some way. And so there's an old story from the Jataka tales where the Buddha was, I think he was reincarnated as a deer, and the other deer that he was kind of caring for were really frightened. And so he said, as long as there's blue sky above, and as long as there's green grass beneath our feet, there's hope. And I feel that way often. And I live in New England, and I look out my window and it's just gray sky, white snow, dead trees everywhere. Things can feel pretty bleak externally. And it's hard not to kind of take that in and feel it internally, that kind of bleakness. And so for people that are maybe feeling a little bit depressed or you're feeling a little bit down, it can be helpful just to look around for signs of life out the window. Again, it's sort of shifting our perspective from noticing the kind of deadness around us that seems so pervasive to noticing those little green shoots of life. And so one of the best ways we can do this is just by looking outside and maybe counting what's alive. Even right now it's the dead of winter and I can hear a few birds chirping. Another thing we can do is notice the different shades of green, right? Like the Buddha talked about in terms of seeing the green grass beneath our feet. Because green is a sign of life. Even in a challenging, urban environment that feels really depressing or, somewhere else, we can find those little shades of green growing, maybe peeking up from the cement. Maybe as we look out and maybe there's just one evergreen outside that we can see, or something that shows us life. And in the summertime and springtime too, there are just dozens, if not hundreds of shades of green. That's actually what inspired this practice. I was out at a pond just looking at all the shades of green in the trees. Each tree was a little bit different, and everything just felt so alive and so verdant. So just looking around for signs of life, looking around for shades of green, and just feeling a little bit of that hope that life will go on even amidst the winter or amidst the dreary surroundings. We can still find some hope. So that's the Shades of Green practice. I encourage you to find that, use that when you're feeling a little bit down, when things feel a little bit hopeless, just as a reminder that there is hope, that there is life, that life finds its way, even in the dark days. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time.